don't drink the water. I wouldn't if I was you. No. And I don't know if you can even filter this stuff out. No. Anyway, what am I on about? Please beat that like button and I'll tell you. Yes, a study has found that almost all drinking water contains forever chemicals. You know, the PFAS, polyfluoroalkyls, the stuff that's been found to damage your sperm. Yeah, and reduce fertility rates. Lovely. Yes, I got it in early in the video. Please don't click off just yet. I'm not going too deep into that one. No. But you see, these forever chemicals, they don't naturally break down in the body. No, they're there pretty much forever. A bit like asbestos. When it gets into your lungs, it stays there, scratching and scarring the pleural layers until eventually you die. Pretty much. In some cases, you might say to yourself, well, that could be a good thing, because people with asbestosis, including my uncle, or Caroline's uncle, sorry, he's suffering with asbestosis, and it's horrendous. Coughing up blood and all sorts of stuff. Oh, it's terrible. No strength, he's constantly tired, spluttering all the while, barely get a word out. You know, it's no way to live, is it? You know? Anyway, scientists have discovered 10 polyfluoroalkyls in tap water and bottled water. Now, it's known that some of these polyfluoroalkyls, well, they come from like DuPont and Teflon and what have you, and it's been in an industry product for such a long time now. It's had chance to infiltrate pretty much everything, and nobody really knew anything about the actual harmful effects of these polyfluoroalkyls except the actual companies themselves. But like a lot of these flipping companies, such as the smoking industry, etc., etc., they are hell-bent on making more money, so they don't want you to know the truth. No. They should be charged with murder, quite frankly. So, these long-lasting toxins, known as forever chemicals, have been found in samples of drinking water across the world, a study has revealed. So it's not just in the United Kingdom, it's everywhere. Even here in France, probably, you know. And, perfluoroalkyl substances. Chemicals do not break down in nature, and they're found in more than 99% of bottled water samples in 15 countries around the globe, and 10 targeted PFAS detected in tap water and bottled water in major UK and Chinese cities. It's flipping them out everywhere, this stuff is. And yet, does anyone want to do anything about it? No, because they don't know what to do. They don't know how to deal with this. No. Now, there are probably things you could do to actually, maybe filter it out. If you wonder what I'm doing, the rest of my arm on the post because it's aching. Hold this camera up. This new camera's quite heavy. So PFAS can accumulate in the bodies of living organisms and have been linked to severe health conditions. And they are used in different products like pesticides, non-stick cookware. So you're cooking with the blooming stuff. It's nearly as bad as all that black recycled plastic that is often used in kids' toys to chew on, and also black plastic food trays that contain, chemicals that's used in the manufacturing of PCB boards and fire retardants that all get put together in the recycling centres to make this black plastic, and then it ends up in our food. Clever, isn't it? No, it's not. So, food, packaging and cosmetics, non-stick cookware, pesticides, all this stuff contains these PFAS, and it all enters the water course. And if it's in the pesticides, this is all farms, you know. So what's happening with the farms? What are they doing? Well, they're using pesticides, aren't they, still? You know, I know farmers here are still using the illegal pesticides as well in the EU. There's no one to stop them, really, you know, but if they get caught, well, they're in a hell of a lot of trouble. But they're going to use what they get. They might not be able to buy it anymore, but they're actually still using it. In some cases, in some countries in the EU, they've actually lightened the rules regarding these pesticides. Use if you have to, but don't use all the time, kind of thing. Well, that's just like saying to these farmers, do what you bloody well like, you know. They're the worst, farmers are. I'm sorry, they really are the worst. I've been surrounded by farmers most of my life, and it's kind of like you think to yourself, do they care about bloody anything? There they are, burning black plastic, what they've been using to actually put around the bales, same recycled black plastic that's been used on these food trays, and then they burn it all. Lovely, isn't it? You know? So researchers from the University of Birmingham's, Southern University of Science and Technology, Schengen and Hainan University, HACO, published their findings on Thursday, with octanoic acid and polyfluoroalkyl sulfate being the PFAS most found in most of the samples of 15 countries of bottled water. That's tap water as well, don't forget that. It's not just bottled water. They also revealed a wide range of PFAS contamination for the target PFAS, beginning at 63% of bottled water tested. The scientists discovered varying levels of PFAS in bottled water from different countries, with purified water containing lower concentrations. So if there's a way of purifying your water, you can have less of this stuff in it. It is so tiny, you see, and it's a chemical sitting in your water. Yeah, great, isn't it? Concentrations were mostly below regulatory agencies' health advisory levels, but they did note that the Chinese tap water had higher concentrations of PFAS in comparison to UK tap water after testing samples from Birmingham and the Shenzhen. How do you say that? It's, in China. So, it is a concern, and we should all be very, very worried and be putting pressure on our MPs, writing to our MPs, say, hey, what the heck is going on here? We don't want to be drinking this water, and you're charging us for it. It's bad enough to pumping all the poop into the rivers and seas. It's bad enough we're getting toxins in our water, human biological toxins, poo. And now we're getting this lot as well in our drinking water. We need to simplify our lives. Everything's become so industrialised now, and it's just not how it should be. Like I said about farming, what have you, it's so intensive farming. It's get as much as you can out for every square acre of land, no matter what the cost is. Cost to the environment. So anyway, what say you? Do you think I'm right, or am I just blurting? Probably just blurting, but there you go. Anyway, please leave it in the comments down below. But if you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon or buy us a coffee, and the link's down below, and it is very much appreciated, it really is. But I just find the whole thing very frustrating. I do. And there's something a bit of an environmentalist myself. I'm doing what I can to try and improve things like our rewilding project we're doing here. If you are interested, there's a link down below. And I just, basically people, I might as well explain. We're basically planting trees, and people make contributions to we can plant a tree, and then I'll make a sign to go with the tree, your name on, what have you, or maybe your loved one, or whatever you like, really. So it's what we're trying to do. But it's just so sad to see. It really is. Things have just gone to pot, haven't they? They really have. Makes you wonder if we're ever going to be able to pull the climate crisis around, because the longer we wait, more detrimental everything will become. It really will. It's not just about us, is it? It's about our grandchildren, and future grandchildren, and also every living thing. It's not just about the human race, because every living thing would be survive anyway, such as the bees. They're dwindling numbers, but they are. Anyway, time for me to go. It's cheerful, isn't it? Toodaloo.